Right, hi everybody. We are here with Steve and Gary on location.
Yeah.
Yes. Happy birthday, Steve, before we get started.
Thank you.
I hope we've got lots of good wishes from everybody, so I'm going to hide that one away and yeah, see what you're up to. Where are you? What we're doing?
We are in sunny Buckinghamshire. Yeah. So
In Stowe.
Yeah, in Stowe.
The Stowe House, and we're in the Gothic Temple in the grounds of Stowe House. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And
So
it's a fairly stunning place by all accounts.
Yeah, in its prime pomp, it was probably the biggest, grandest estate in probably Europe.
Yeah.
1,000 acres or something.
Yeah,
Stupid.
yeah.
No, 5,000, not 500,000.
So if you can imagine the biggest, well, everybody outside the UK wouldn't call it a house, they'd call it a palace. It's awesome. It's got big wings that come out curved. There's the driveway, which we have walked.
Yes.
It's far too long. And it undulates, goes through 2 gatehouses. The architecture is awesome, all over the place. Not just a big house. The guy collected architecture by the feel of it. It's like we do when we do research and get inspiration. We take a load of photographs and then build it. He went and took paintings and came back and they built the actual physical things. It's that crazy.
Yeah.
An awesome place.
Yeah, so this is it's called the Gothic Temple, but it's kind of like a sort of summer housey sort of thing.
Yeah.
It was built in 1748.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a triangular church.
Yeah.
But when you're in it, looking out, you get views of different features in the grounds. So it's been done on 3 faces, so it looks a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah.
It's a sort of folly, not folly, but yeah, pretty cool. And
the ceiling is, sorry, Steve, because I'd say the same thing, is amazing.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. He's just showing it off. So that's pretty cool. We've been walking around looking for 4 days.
Yeah.
Taking pictures of stuff and.
Oh, fantastic. So getting some inspiration for future kits, perhaps?
Yeah.
It's bound to influence something somewhere when it pops into Steve's head or my head. It'll be like, that'll do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd quite like a 1-to-1 scale one, to be honest.
Yeah. Now, you're actually staying there, aren't you, at the moment? Have been for the week. What's it been like after hours once everybody's been kicked off the ground?
It's been very surreal because, like, you're looking around and there's some rabbits and
A few crows.
lots of red kites around and buzzards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them have had a look at Ruby, judging whether they can pick it up or not.
The windows are really large up here on this level. And so, yeah, the amount of light and what you can see for miles. You know, there's other monuments. There's a great one. I'll let Steve tell you about the one that's over there. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, the castle, not castle. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a castle that's not a castle. So from 2 sides, it looks like a castle with big ramparts and towers and things. But on the other side, it's just a little courtyard. It's like farm buildings.
So it's like La Haye Saint, cut the back of La Haye Saint and bond it inside a castle.
So the folly, effectively.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a working farm that looks like a castle from 2 sides.
I've got to love a place like that.
I mean, everywhere it's in the a lot of it's classical style, and a lot of it was done in the mid to late 1700s. So that when people went on the grand tour around Italy, and everywhere is triangulated, so you get a view. It's a bit like designing a gaming table, isn't it? It's all to do with sight lines and how high things are and what the level of the terrain is. Because we can, from here, there's an immense gate, like the Roman
Arc de Triomphe.
That's it, Arc de Triomphe, yeah. And then there's another set of temples, but wherever you're looking, there's another one over there that if you went to that, you could see another one, and it's all triangulated. The paths lead through.
Yeah.
And depending on where you go, you get a different view of different things. So it's very much like laying out a gaming table eye view.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's been cool. And the sun's been out.
Yeah.
So
Picked a better week, really, could you? Clear blue skies.
We've sat looking at big lists of kits and things like that.
Yeah.
Talking rubbish. So.
Yeah, Steve got a glimpse of the first painted stuff of a very small range, as in it's a very, very small range.
Yeah, that laid out.
So we want to come back to that then in a little bit. Have a quick look before we finish at a couple of things coming this weekend. So,
yeah, I hope you've got photographs because it's down there.
yeah, I'm not going to go and get no, I'm going to not make you
Okay, you get to it too.
had a few wines already, have it? So, just showing off the shape of the place you're staying in. Just before we move on a little bit to the Gothic Temple itself, we've got a bit of a floor plan here. It looks like it's a triangle with what's the pentagram? Is it on the corners? Outside.
They're just short little
Turrets.
Yeah.
So it's 3 turrets on the corners.
And one goes right up, so we're going up there, as I said earlier, later to see.
We see the meteors.
Oh yes, meteor shower tonight. Yes.
But I mean, from my perspective as design, if you imagine, and Steve was talking about it this morning because I went out to take some photographs of it, and it's how wide, because it's triangular, it looks really big from each face. But because it's triangular, it's really narrow at the back. It's quite a small thing. It's immense.
Yeah.
Just styling. Right? So from my perspective, when I'm designing kits, it's all about that.
So the perspective.
It's been made out of ironstone.
Yeah.
So the stone's got an iron content in it. So the weathering on it's giving it this orangey. It's sort of sandstony, and then bits of orange through it with the iron and things, the seams. And then on top of that, you've got 300 years worth of lichen and moss that are burnt out in the sun, bleached. They're like silver and grey.
So, in terms of, I'm not painting it. I'm not demonstrating something this evening. You imagine what Steve's talking about. So, if you were painting this, my fixation about all stone isn't grey.
Yeah,
it's orange, and then you'd weather it, putting on that green grey moss effect.
Yeah,
it really is quite a good way of just something different, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's cool, very cool.
Yeah.
So that leads us on kind of nicely to something that's just recently come out, and I'm just trying to find the pictures now. Here we go. So we just bring those into view, so people can see those. And that's the stencil system.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which has been rather more popular than we probably thought it was. But no, it's cool. And then Gary's just done we've been sending a copy of it out, the guide that Gary did for using wood filler you use. PVA mixed in.
Yeah.
But there's lots of, you can get some pastes and things. The Dollhouse crew, they already do that sort of thing. So there's some different, you can get basically like red brick powders and concrete powders and things, so you can get proper stone looks using them.
Yeah, and I can easily see once you've got whilst it's still almost tacky, you could almost drop some weathering powder on the end of a flat brush, just tapping it in here and there just to create those different tones.
Yeah, I mean, the fun of it is also if you do what you're doing with just the bristles,
You can texture it.
just texture it even more, and don't worry about even chipping out or not chipping when it's paste, is it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
scraping out the odd brick or rock or to give you a bit more relief with it. It's really quite fun stuff to play with these stencils.
Or you could just dry brush them.
Or you could
You could just use them for dry brushing. That's absolutely right. Experiment and let us know what other techniques you guys use. I think now in the book itself, there's some hints and tips as you'd expect, and of course it's a year now since we released it.
Yeah.
Wow. How's that?
Yeah,
1 year.
Yeah, it's interesting because as everybody knows what was going on in March last year, the book was supposed to be released
at Salute. We were going to do it, yeah.
Proper Salute, 18th of April. Funny that. But we had to pull it forwards. Not threaten printers; they were really, really helpful. Can't remember their name at the moment, which is a bit sad. But yeah, they were bit odd. But yeah, it's still going.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's been good. It was worth doing. We learned a lot from doing it as well.
Yeah.
How heavy lots of books are one thing.
It's nothing like having that to hand, though. And of course, we've got the PDF for those with devices whilst they're working on their stuff, so they don't get the book dirty.
Yeah. And then so we were talking about how much is covered in it.
Yeah,
we've got some little blog articles, haven't we, starting going back and looking at some of the kits in it.
Yeah.
Because obviously, a lot of them were new when we started releasing those. So it's why that kit, where the idea came from, what it shows off.
Because in the book, it's nailed into my brain, this one, obviously, because I've been doing the stencils. Tech section 6 is about stencils. And of course, then we had the timber frame house, which is done very differently. But that's this guide with the pastes just demonstrates how you can do all the Tudor timber framing stuff with it. So it's a complicated web we're weaving. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So it's been
what a year. Yes. Of course, we've got to think about what's coming here as well. So we'll let you go soon because I know it's your holiday, hard-earned holiday. Here we go. Just pop that back there. Now, people have seen some of these bits already, and all have been doing a fantastic job. They've got those sets with all the goodies together, combined together in a lovely deal. And we're looking at them this weekend, the starting of the single items.
That's right, yeah. Obviously we did those for the launch of Warlord's epic KCW game.
Yeah.
But there's a pile more kits as well.
Yeah.
That were all part of the mix. So we've got the sort of singles coming out around all those, and then we've got some more, or lots more to come over the coming months.
Yeah.
So we're only going to show this today.
I laid everything of this lot out for Steve on something else that we've been working on. We've had the concept for that for well over a year. Just laid everything all out on the table, and Steve sat down like he was about to get some dice out.
Get the dice out, get the troops out. Would there have been any room for the troops to move on that table?
Not in formation.
Too many buildings to fit on the table, Now, I picked this building out of all the pictures, because we're going to look at it this weekend, I think, or very, very soon. If it's not this weekend, it's the weekend after. But it does that.
Yeah, 2 in 1.
2 in 1.
Yeah.
Another one of Steve's ideas.
Now and again.
And every time I pick it up by the top part and drop the bottom part. So
the bottom drops off, yeah. So a fantastic set. I'm really looking forward to seeing what else is coming with those. And of course, people would have already seen from watching the videos that we've done that are currently on our YouTube channel for working with stencils, the Manassas house.
Oh yes. I thought you were gonna. There was another quick one I did on March Attack that had something out of focus in the background.
Yes, we spotted what was out of focus, but no, the ones that we've shown already with the Manassas house and the I think it was the Donkers Church, that were part of the stencil program we did for PatMacon and are now on YouTube. So people can have grab their stencils, watch those YouTube videos, follow the guide that comes with the stencil pack, not the individual stencil, but the stencil pack, and they can follow along. But we've got quite a few releases over this summer for ACW at 15. We've also got, if I can mention them, coming fairly soon, some Dutch and Belgian buildings. So in 15 as well. Saw those on AJ's desk earlier. So,
and 20.
Yeah, 15 and 20.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so we're going to be keeping everybody happy, I'm sure, as we go into the summer with plenty to do.
We'll never keep everyone happy.
I was going to say no. There's always going to be some, because when we're doing these as a sidebar of people commenting, and there's always going to be one that's going to go, but.
No, so I think that leaves us to say thank you very much. I know it's a bit of a short one for everybody today, but we'll be back in a month's time. We'll let everybody know when, near the time. But for a proper one, and we'll probably get Gary to do some more skills tests. Maybe get somebody on to.
No, we've had some drones here, and I'm rubbish. I love crashing. So we'll get you on soon again, Gary, to partake of skills, and we'll leave you to enjoy the fantastic views behind you. Can we risk the camera now that we've got through most of the show? Can we risk the camera showing people where you're at, through the window, perhaps the ceiling?
Let me just pull the lever off. Do excuse me, as I always say when I'm
again to do this, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. As to shows, we're unlikely to do any shows just yet. Sorry, Adam, but we'll find out as soon as we know what we're going to do. When Steve's back from holiday, we'll know what the discussions have been, and we'll let people know if we're going to be out and about. Wow, look at that place, guys. There's some ideas for a structure and painting.
Yeah.
Oh, a bit rocky.
We're not jealous, guys. We're not jealous.
Yeah.
Put you back on something balanced. Because as everybody's realised, I'm not very balanced. Oh, there we go. Come on. That'll do.
If it falls over, it only has to last about 10 seconds.
There we go. Sorry, guys. There we are.
Yeah.
So we got some great ideas coming from you guys. If we haven't answered a question that you fired at us, don't worry, we'll get back to you. Such as the fortified manor house, we may look at. We'll watch this space as we go forwards. But
I'm sure that with this fortified manor house, the big multi-piece. That's
Does
there,
it?
isn't it?
I don't know. Something might exist somewhere. I don't know. Yeah.
Something. Yeah. Right, guys. Thank you very much. We'll call it for the night and say good night. We'll see you back next week and see you soon.
Yeah,
Have fun, guys.
See ya.
Take care.
Bye.